of the zoning board of approvals to an opening. Shelley, could you please do a roll call?
Member Anderson,
Here.
Member Geisel,
Here.
Deputy Chair Herman.
Here.
Not here this evening are Chair Hetrick and Member Frew.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll move on to item number 2 on the agenda, the approval of last meeting's minutes. Those are the minutes from August 12th, 2021.
I would move, Mr. Chairman, that we accept the minutes as presented.
Very good. Anybody else have any issues with it at all, or no?
No.
Okay, very good.
Second.
Would you like to
I'll
second?
second.
Member Anderson,
Aye.
Member Geisel,
Aye.
Deputy Chair Herman.
Aye. Thank you, Shelley. And so with opening up the public hearing regarding application 2021-05Z for Brian Edelstein and Darlene Mitchells requesting an area variance. Can you please read the public notice, Shelley?
Notice is hereby given that pursuant to the provisions of the zoning ordinance of the town of Rush and section 267 of the town law, a public hearing will be held by the zoning board of appeals of the town of Rush at the Rush Town Hall, 5977 East Henrietta Road, Rush, New York, via Zoom on September 9th, 2021 at 7 p.m. with respect to the following application and any other business that may come before the board. Application 2021-05Z by Brian Edelstein and Darlene Mitchells requesting an area variance of 20 feet. Town Code Section 120-18 states that minimum setbacks from the center line of the road are required to be at least 110 feet. The current position puts the structure at 90 feet from the center line of the road. The property is located at 935 Rush Scottsville Road, Rush, New York, 14543, and is zoned R30.
Okay, thank you very much. I know since our last meeting, we received, and bear with me here, I'm looking through my notes,
We just received today the
Department of
Monroe
Planning.
County. Yeah.
Okay. We received a notice from the Department of Planning and Development for Monroe County regarding the Edelstein area variance too. I'm looking down through it here. Falls under section 239-M zoning. County charter previously reviewed by, it was not referred to the Department Review Committee. Yes, and comments. We've reviewed the recent aerial photography and agricultural district maps, and this project occurs within 500 feet of land in an agricultural production, which is most of the property here in Rush. It says development of this property should be designed so that it does not alter existing drainage facilities used in adjacent parcels.
Same as the last proposal.
Yep, exactly. And that's really about it. That's the only comments that they had there. Oh, thank you. So, yeah, and then we had a notice from the, or review by the Rush Fire District from July 25th regarding this application 2021-08Z. Oh, sorry, this is for the. That's the wrong one. So disregard that, nothing from the Rush Fire District that I'm seeing at this point in time, unless it was previously read.
No, we don't have anything.
Okay. Shelley, do we have anybody in public that I can open up this application to the public for comment?
We have no
Good
one in the
question.
waiting room, and I believe the applicants aren't here because this is just a second variance. And they were here already for their first, and they don't have to be present to be approved, correct?
Correct. I do not. So, okay, I'd like to make a motion in order to close the public hearing regarding this application.
I will second that.
Member Anderson,
Aye.
Member Geisel,
Aye.
Deputy Chair Herman,
Aye. So, okay. So regarding the Edelstein area variance resolution, I'd like to make a resolution regarding this application. Whereas the zoning board of appeals of the town of Rush has examined the application 2021-11Z submitted by Brian Edelstein and Darlene Mitchell, the applicants of 935 Rush Scottsville Road, Rush, New York, 14543, requesting a front setback variance of 90 feet for a proposed 14 by 20 feet, no, 12 feet, sorry, 14 by 12 feet shed. And whereas the property is located in an R30 district as set forth in the zoning law of the town of Rush. And whereas the application requests area variance for the front setback requirement for structures of at least 110 feet as set forth in the town of Rush zoning law, section 120-18, as described in the maps and diagrams submitted with the application. And whereas a public hearing on this application was held on September 9th, 2021, and notice was posted as required by law. And whereas all persons at the hearing desiring to speak on the matter were heard and all correspondence were read, and those statements were considered by this board. And now therefore be it resolved that the zoning board of appeals determines that it is a type 2 seeker exempt, this is a type 2 action exempt from seeker review pursuant to section 617.5 subsection C, section 16 of the New York Code of Rules and Regulations, which includes granting of individual setbacks. And it is further resolved that pursuant to the criteria set forth under section 267-B of the town law and section 120-18 of the zoning law, the zoning board of appeals determines that the applicants are entitled to a variance allowing a front setback of 90 feet based on the following. Number one, that there are no undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood. The placement of the 14 by 12 foot shed is consistent with the neighborhood and the proximity of the other pre-existing buildings on the road. Neighbors have no objections to the proposed location of the shed. Item two, the benefits sought by the applicants cannot be achieved by some other method feasible for the applicants to pursue because of the configuration and dimensions of the property. Number three, the requested area variance is not substantial. The required front setback is 110 feet from the center line of the road, resulting in a 19% deviation. The variance would therefore result in a very minor deviation from the requirements of the zoning law. Number four, the requested front setback variance will not have an adverse effect or impact on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. The placement of the shed as a result of the variance will not result in any impact on environmental conditions such as drainage, traffic circulation, noise, or other impacts. And number five, while the requested front setback variance for the shed is self-created, this does not preclude the granting of the front setback variance. In consideration of the other four factors, the benefit of the applicants in granting the variance outweighs the possible detriment to the health, safety, and welfare of the neighborhood. And it is further resolved that taking into consideration the five factors, the zoning board of appeals finds that the benefit of the applicant outweighs the detriment to the neighborhood and community. And it is therefore resolved that the application 2021-11Z is granted as submitted, subject to the following conditions. Number one, the shed as proposed in the application be no closer than 90 feet from the center line of the road. Number two, a building permit must be obtained from the town of Rush before the placement of the shed. And item three, the applicant must meet any other applicable town building and inspection requirements. Can I get a second on that motion?
I will second that.
Member Anderson,
Yes.
member Geisel,
Aye.
deputy chair Herman.
Aye. Okay, thank you very much. And we have one application that is tabled. This is application 2021-08Z by the Rochester Brooks Gun Club Incorporated. They're requesting an area variance. The property is located at 962 Honeoye Falls Road, number 6, Honeoye Falls, New York, 14472, and is zoned R30. At this point in time, we're going to continue to table this application until next month. We did receive their short form seeker just yesterday, but nobody on the board here has had the opportunity to be able to review it. Is anybody from the Rochester Gun Club in the public
No.
or logged in? Okay. So regarding this application, again, we'll just table it again.
Who's this?
I don't think
Public hearing.
Edelstein, do I, yeah, you had closed the public hearing.
Okay.
Right. Yep. So with that tabled application, there's no opening or closing, correct, John? We're just table.
Correct, we'll just table till next month.
Okay. We have no other new business. Anybody new business at all? No? Okay. All right, so I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. It is one of our shortest ever. It is 7:13 PM. Can I get a second on that?
Second.
Member Anderson,
Aye.
member Geisel,
Aye.
deputy chair Herman.
Aye. All right, if you could end the meeting and stop the recording, please.
Good night, everyone.
Hey, John, so,
Oh, sorry.
did you stop the recording?
Oh,
Or tell us?
I'm ending the meeting, but John, will you stay here or what do I do?
YouTube is still running.